Hey, afternoon, VHR Cyan here. Going to go ahead and do a quick video, little weekly raid update. I've been doing typed ones. They've been like one paragraph, but I understand that we're going to need a little bit more. We've recently had an adjustment to the overall leadership. We've also had a number of raiders end up taking a leave of absence at this point due to work and personal matters and just frustration in general with the game. So what I wanted to do is kind of give a pump up speech. Let's go. Let's knock it out. Woohoo! Focus on our elements that we do have going on, which is we've been consistent with our dates. We've only had one day that we've ended up missing, I think, in the last couple weeks, which is great that we just weren't able to do it. And that was on Easter, so that can be a really busy day for a lot of people with the celebration of their faith and whatnot. So what I wanted to do was just kind of address some of the things that are going on in the guild and the direction that we want to push for. I want to continue going into content as readily as we can. I know that we've had some issues with the attempts on Blast Furnace, but I have a much more in-depth understanding of the fight now, and I've also posted a number of pieces of material on Facebook that I hope that you're taking the time to look at. In all honesty, if you're not, really that's just kind of crippling the team as a whole. That fight doesn't have any leeway. I've watched it on normal, heroic, and mythic at this point, and if you don't do the mechanics correctly, kill the right ads, have things in the right positions, things move to where they need to be moved, it'll be a failure every single time. It's really kind of one of those execution type fights where everybody needs to do exactly what they need to do properly. If not, then it's just going to cause a wipe over and over. We've also had some issues involving overall performance. I've going to go ahead and put a comprehensive list together and post it on Facebook shortly once I get done with doing some running and a little bit of training to kind of bring the stress level of myself down, to show that, in all honesty, on a lot of these fights, we are exceptionally underperforming, where we need to be increasing our overall throughput up by at least 5 to 10K, if not higher, consistently across the board. Now, we have a number of players that are doing the best that they can do, and I know that everyone in total is doing the best that they can do, but there are elements that we are not taking care of that we need to address immediately if we're going to continue as a team. If not, then what we're just going to have is continue people being frustrated and cause even more people to leave or just take a leave of absence. And that's honestly, at this point, it's killed our team and it's killed our progression as far as us being able to move forward. That being stated, those that are still participating, it's that time. You have to sit there and put in the necessary research and things of that nature to be able to put yourself in the position where you're accomplishing what you need to do. Right now, we are exceptionally overgeared for what we're doing. In all honesty, we have a couple of, for example, 665 to 670 people, like 2 or 3, that take our overall item average. You remove them, and we're at 682 overall. We had other people that are even above that and are performing in the 99 percentile. In fact, Gore has got had an attempt where he was in the 99 percentile, and Yulia too, as far as in the healing. A lot of our players are averaging between the 60, 70 percentile, which is great. I mean, I could, can't ask for more. We can always go higher. Sure, we could always perform more. We could always cheese on the fight, but mechanically our issues are constant in that area where we're just not, for example, on Furnace, executing things like we need to. And that can only be relative to one of two things. One, underperformance with the gear that you have, and as far as not knowing your rotation or not properly adjusting into the targets as need be, which is shown throughout the data. And then the other element could be, for example, just not having the necessary add-ons or rate awareness of when certain elements of the attacks are going on, and we're not adjusting to them consistently. So I'd like for everybody to try and do the best they can and try and figure out, put in some more research time on your class and what you can do, because, the underperformance issues that we're suffering from, in conjunction with poor movement moments and targeting moments, are just wrecking us on this fight, and these are the areas that we really need to adjust in. I'm going to continue with recruitment. This is also a public request for anybody who wishes to participate as a leader with me. I require assistance with recruitment. I need 1 to 2 people that are willing to participate and try and help me find individuals that are 660 plus to go into content with us and execute. I ask that that they do some background on the individuals when they do make contact with them, to confer that they at least have some knowledge or at least some experience in the fights, and if a log is present, that would be really great too. I also Could use assistance with rate analysis, especially for Blackhand. So I need one person who would be interested in that to please step forward and talk to me about that, so that way we can work on breaking down that fight. Tonight we're going to be doing Heroic to try to get a couple of pieces off of Gruel and a couple of pieces off of Hans and Franz, and I'll decide who the third boss is after that. Probably be Beastmaster, for example, or Ore Gorger or something. Just try to get us something other than to do Blast Furnace, since we're around 60 wipes on him at this point. But we're gonna get back to Blast Furnace on Wednesday, if not Tuesday. In fact, I might even just, if we have a good team signed up on Tuesday, we might just go Gruel, Ore Gorger, Blast Furnace, or go for all the tier sets and then immediately go to Blast Furnace as quickly as possible and start reps on it. So be prepared for it. Please do more reviews, so that way you know where to be and where to stand and how to be able to adjust into the fights. And if you have any questions, please contact me in game. Thank you.